appropriately, the newest employee at one Metro hospital is getting some funny looks at patients. St. Luke's Health System experimenting with robots to perform basic tasks around the hospital.
Now, the idea is to free up doctors and nurses so they can focus on more crucial jobs. Fox 4's Sean McDowell plugs in with his high-tech approach to healthcare.
These hospital hallways have a high-tech helper. Meet Moxie, the new robot staff members at St. Luke's Health System are getting used to seeing. Hospital administrators have been figuring out how to use it best for nearly a month. For now, they're programming Moxie to deliver prescriptions from the hospital's pharmacy to nursing stations. The robot has a secure drawer where deliveries are stored.
It wasn't that unique for us because we leverage technology to help us do our jobs every day.
Nursing manager Chuck Welch is among the employees who like this idea. The hospital says use of robots is saving nurses 30% of their workday, time they're able to apply toward patient care. The hospital actually owns 2 of them.
In the industry, and not just in our industry, but worldwide, staffing is a challenge. And so we're looking at ways that we can leverage technology to help address those challenges.
When Moxie speaks, the robot's voice sounds like the dog from Blue's Clues. Moxie isn't being used to meet with patients. In just its first 3 weeks of use, it's been used to retrieve and deliver 500 items for the staff, according to St. Luke's leaders.
There's no secret that there's a pharmacy technician shortage out there. This helps our current staff who are doing a really good job and work really hard to give them some relief.
The team at St. Luke's emphasizes Moxie isn't here to phase anyone out or take anyone's job. Moxie is being used, according to the technology staff at the hospital, to help hospital staffers use their time and their energies to accomplish the tasks that matter most.
Storm season can be a word.
Hey, Shalom, Akim Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in this gospel, bro, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a quick lesson through the Spirit. It says, robots helping out at St. Luke's Health Center in Kansas City, Missouri. As you know, this whole AI and this whole thing about animatrons or not animatronics, which deals with pretty much like puppets. Like if you ever watch like particular horror movies and stuff like that, like you get animatronics, which basically deals with like dolls and things that's created or controlled by computers or particular like dollies, so to speak. But it says robots helping out at St. Luke's Health System, which is another form of AI in Kansas City, which is proves that this man is low. I mean, this man is the devil, okay? Because sooner than later, they're gonna have these particular robots. Like you're already seeing them in the automotive industry. You're seeing them in the tech industry, which is replacing people's jobs left and right. And people are having an outcry about this because the high demand, okay? And the fact that they're not hiring workers to the extent they're replacing them with these particular AI dealings, okay? Which is actually biblical prophecy. So it says the newest employee, which employee goes back to slave. It says that one in Kansas City hospital is getting some funny looks from patients. And they're gradually introducing this stuff to people, man. Okay, because we stated that through gradualism, this is how Esau Edom is gonna pretty much promote his new world order. Okay, we're seeing it all around us. Okay, we're seeing it from the economics, we're seeing it from the wars that's being started. Okay, we're seeing it from this new thing they're getting ready to push. It's all full swing ahead, man. Okay, and at the end of the day, they're gonna bring in a technocracy, which is gonna establish their new world order. Okay, and they're gonna shut out anybody that opposes the NWO or that comes against it or speaks out against it. Okay, brother did a video on was it BitShooter Odyssey? Forget which one, but basically this guy Dr. Fauci, basically stating that anybody that ain't get the V or the juice needs to be locked down for the winter. And hey, fine, we cool with the mods. That way we ain't gotta deal with you wicked ass people. But we know that they're gonna establish this new world order by draconianism. Okay, and they're gonna have a lot of people that's gonna replace or buck up against the system. Hence, they're being replaced with these particular AI robots. But it says, in experimenting with robots to perform basic tasks around a hospital, 2 robots, both which are named Moxie, are roaming the hospital hallways. Then what's next? Motherfuckers gonna be drawing blood. Goddamn robots gonna be administering the jab. Okay? Giving you fucking meds. You know, reading down your, telling you about your health history. Like right now, I believe it's like Google AI or something. It's like Google Health or something like that they've been promoting. Basically what happens is that these particular AI, this technology from AI, what they can do is that they can read or scan you through your eyes, and they can tell you basically what health illness you have. And it's pretty much pissing doctors off because, I mean, straightforward, doctors are telling you in a roundabout way, well, this may be it, this may be. They don't really give you a conclusive diagnosis because they want you to keep coming back. Versus when you go to holistic doctors, or even in fact with this new technology that they're conjuring up, basically they're telling you, hey, this is what's wrong with you, this is what you can do to fix it. All right. It tell you if you have allergies, if you have GERD, or you know, if you have some type of cancer in the body, it'll tell you. But it says they've been in use for nearly a month, and hospital administrations are programming them to deliver prescription meds from the pharmacy, which that word pharmacy goes into pharmakia, which means witchcraft. Okay, goes to witchcraft, but to nurses' stations. It says the robots have secured drawers where items for delivery can be stored. And this is a quote. It says, it wasn't that unique for us because we leverage technology to help us do our jobs every day. All right, but it says Welch is among St. Luke's employees who like this idea. It says the hospital's public relations staff said use of robots is saving nurses 30% of their workday, which is the time they're able to apply towards patient care. Okay, but sooner than later, once this gets out of hand, they will replace you. Because it's a movie coming out called, it's a movie that's coming out, I believe, at the end of the month, dealing with AI. And I know at one of the games last week, it may have been a Lions game. It was one game last week that basically they had these AI robots in the audience to promote this new movie. I saw the preview, and it's basically a war versus man versus machine. And from peripheral visions, when you look at these particular AI dummies, they appear to be real people until you zoom in, like, oh shit, these are robots. But the fact that they have hybrids that mimic humans' intellect and emotions and abilities, that's going to replace people, man. Because the most with a robot, you know, you put the money in them, you fix it, it breaks down, you replace it with a new one, you know, and it keeps doing what it's doing. Versus a human could get lazy, okay? You could program a robot to work all day, but a human being, they ain't gonna want to work all day, which is another way they can replace people and cut costs to do what they want to do, you know? But it says here in the industry, and not just in our industry, but worldwide, staffing is a challenge. So we're looking at ways to leverage technology to help address those challenges, because we know during the time of the pandemic, the nurses were overworked, doctors were overworked, to the point people were walking off the jobs. You know what I'm saying? People was afraid to go in hospitals. They was afraid to do what they had to do because of the simple fact, you know, people was bucking up against the orders and the mandates. People got fired, you know, because they was forcing that shit on them nurses, man, you know. And they was actually offering extra incentives if you decide to get them, you know, take the you know what. But it says, well, Moxie speaks. The robot's chirpy voice sounds like a dog from the cartoon Blue's Clues, which is a fucking joke, man. Okay, who the hell wants a robot to come around and serve them medication or cold mashed potatoes and pork gravy with a damn voice that mimics a goddamn chihuahua, man? They clearly insulting the intelligence of you people. And you let them, okay? Because you Americans, you're stupid as hell. But it says Moxie isn't being used to meet with patients yet. But it just sits, it says in just its first 3 weeks of use, it's been programmed to deliver and retrieve 500 items for the staff, according to St. Luke's leader. It says there's no secret there's a pharmacy technician shortage out there, and that's across the board, okay? But it says, but the team at St. Luke's emphasizes Moxie is not here to take anybody's job, sure, and phase anybody out. But technology experts at the hospital said that the robot is used to help employees and their energy to accomplish the most important tasks. Yeah, you say that now. Until sooner than later they take your goddamn jobs. But this is a devil that's actually trying to play the Most High, man. Okay, this is like wicked angels on the left-hand side. Okay, I mean, outside of physical demons, which are angels on the left-hand side, Esau Edom is setting up an empire that mimics the Most High out of AI, though. okay, which his technology would never be on par with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's technology at all. He's nowhere near close, but he's setting up a baseline model or replica model of his wicked technocracy on the planet Earth. Okay, this is his version of the kingdom of heaven. But this is the book of Job 13, and I'm gonna start at verses 4. It says, "But ye are all forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value," because there's no profit for a damn AI robot to come in and administer somebody some meds, man. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. If anything, that's creepy as hell. Like that movie Megan. They showed you Megan could be programmed to act beyond human reasoning, man. Okay, because when she created Megan, the doll was actually learning at a quicker pace than what she created and than what she anticipated. To the point that Megan became a goddamn psychopath, man. And they've been showing you in these movies from Elysium to Minority Report to iRobot, man, to the latest Child's Play movie, which they redid back in like 2019, which I believe that was like a feud between MGM and Universal Studios because they still had the rights to the original Child's Play movie under the MGM franchise. So they was able to go ahead and make a remake of that because I believe the creator of the first movie, Don Mancini, he didn't have the ultimate rights to the first Child's Play movie, though it is his movie. You see, it's technically the rights of MGM, so he went to a different studio and made the rest of the sequels. But nonetheless, they showed you in that remake how that Chucky doll was programmed through AI and how he was able to learn from his environment. Okay, so it ain't gonna be nothing for the machines to turn against men here in a little bit. You see? But you're all forgers of lies, you're all physicians of no value. Okay, no value. And when you go into a doctor, it goes into falsify. Okay, because we know that these physicians or these so-called physicians are set up to pretty much take you in circles and drag you in circles. You know what I'm saying? So they can keep you in a perpetual state of illness, man. Yeah, they can cure your issue just like that, but they're not. That's not their job. There's no money in CURE, so therefore they're not really on that kit. Any particular cancer, doctor can just take it out because of his expertise. And believe it or not, doctors have to study forms of herbology or herbs to know how to create the counterfeit. You see, so they know, but they just not gonna tell you because it doesn't profit their corporations. All right. Ezekiel 28, and I'm gonna start at verses 1. It says, "And the word of Yahweh came unto me again, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, Thus says Yahweh thy power, because thy heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a power, and sit in the seat of a power, and in the midst of the seas," which the seas represents the people. Okay, it says, "And yet thou art a man, and not the Most High, though thou set thy heart as the heart of a god," because only a devil would think to create a goddamn robot to replace actual human emotions, man. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing, like the scriptures say, Esau Edom will fall by his own devices. He's creating devices that will literally take his job away because he's a dumbass like that, man. An overly smart dummy. You know, he's smart when it comes to certain formulas, but he's not very wise at all. Esau is not wise at all, even though the scriptures say they're wiser than Daniel. He's wise in a form of wickedness and knowing and searching things out. But overall, he's not spiritually wise at all, because if he understood the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, he would have stopped his wickedness eons ago. But yet he's going forth with it. Why? Because the Most High is putting it in their spirit. Okay, the Lord is running this man straight forward into a brick wall. Like those old car commercials back in the day. They used to have to test the cars. They had a dummy in there with all of the targets on them, and they run them straight to a damn brick wall. And that's how this devil is going. He's going there head first. Okay. But it says, "Yet thou art a man and not the power, though thou set thy heart as a heart of a God complex." Because in his mind, it tells you in Isaiah the 47th chapter, "Who shall bring me down to the ground?" These devils don't think they're going down, as we depicted in transit we did yesterday, riding through Kansas City. You should have seen the looks we got, and sometimes we were just invisible. They didn't even like acknowledge us. But when one guy acknowledged it, he gave us a look like, "What y'all doing over here?" Like, "I'll call the police on you niggas," you know. But it says, "And with thy wisdom and with thy understanding thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasure." Right. His wisdom and wickedness, man. You see, and it says, "And by great wisdom and by thy trafficking," you know, it says, "Hast thou increased riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches," man. Okay, so this is the reason why he's able to do these things, right? He's able to come up with technology to mimic mankind. And it says, "But behold," it says, "Therefore thus says the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast set thy heart as a heart of a power, Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, and we're saying that. And the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness, right? Because people are exposing them. Okay, like this guy Stanley Plotkin, which is the father of the juices. He's basically sworn the oath that these things contain death, man. And people are coming up against him. You got Jake senators that in certain states, man, that's trying to, you know, not push that shit on Jake, because we know that Jake has been experimented on. But this just represents that the strangers are coming against thy wisdom, man. Okay, because people is questioning whether these men like Gates and Fauci is really accredited to say what they're saying. And clearly they're not, because they're not elected. They're not elected officials, man. So technically they don't provide a public service, because an elected official is supposed to be in public service, man, a civil servant. And when you go into civil, you go into the people, okay, civilians, okay. But it says, and they shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Will that yet say before him that slayed them, I am God? But yet thou shalt be a man and no God, and in thy hand of him that slayed thee, man. So all this wickedness is not gonna continue, man. Okay. So I brought that out to kind of make the point about, you know, what Esau is doing, how he's weaponizing, and how people are coming against it. But I'm gonna end it there, brothers, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, shalom and above all, shalom.